I think maybe when he got out in 2015, when Alpo Martinez got out in 2015, he probably was watching too much YouTube. He was watching too much Instagram. And he got carried away. He probably saw Tekashi 69 testify, snitch, get out, release, and walk around with impunity. These old school gangsters do not play that extreme foolishness. Extreme Foolishness TV here. This is where I talk about extreme foolishness that goes on around you. Today, I'll be giving my thoughts on the shooting and killing of former notorious drug dealer Alpo Martinez. Alpo Martinez is from Puerto Rican descent, born in East Harlem. He had a history of running a drug enterprise where he sold drugs. He's been accused of committing murder, conspiracy, and a lot of crimes. But the thing here is that Alpo Martinez was charged with conspiracy to commit murder. He's been charged with murder of one of his associates. He's been charged with drug trafficking. But the thing is that he was facing either the death penalty or life without the possibility of parole. As is very, very typical with a lot of folks when they're facing severe consequences of their crime. What do? They start to cooperate and they start to snitch. In the prosecution world, a lot of U.S. attorneys, I'm talking about federal cases here, so they're U.S. attorneys. A lot of U.S. attorneys and assistant U.S. attorneys will work with you if you're willing to snitch, give them evidence against your enterprise, your criminal enterprise, if you're willing to testify against all the defendants facing drug charges. They'll work with you. They'll give you a break. So Alpo Martinez apparently was not really that tough, because a lot of folks who are really tough do not crack. They would not snitch. Whatever consequence of their crime is, they are willing to take it. Well, Alpo Martinez decided to cooperate with the feds. So he testified against his own associates. While they got life sentences, some of them multiple life sentences, he got a slap on the wrist. He got 35 years in prison, which is a good deal if you're facing life without parole or the death penalty. Obviously, if you've been charged with murder, the death penalty is usually on the table. So he got 35 years and he was released in 2015. But he must have given a lot of evidence to the feds, because not only was he was released to the Witness Protection Program. And according to the Federal Witness Protection Program, the U.S. Marshals Service, this is their website. It says the U.S. Marshals provide 24-hour protection to all witnesses while they are in a high threat environment, including pre-trial conferences, trial testimonies, and all the court appearances. I mean, I'm sure they don't need to do that now because he's already testified. They already got him for what he needs. No witness security program participant following program guidelines has been harmed or killed while under the active protection of the U.S. Marshals Service. The operative word is following program guidelines. If you have testified against former associates, and that testimony has led to the conviction of a lot of these people, I am sure the Witness Protection Program will have told him, do not return to the area where the people you testified against still reside, or they have deep connections, deep roots, or they may have associates Because I think maybe when he got out in 2015, when Alpo Martinez got out in 2015, he probably was watching too much YouTube. He was watching too much Instagram. And he got carried away. He probably saw Tekashi 69 testify, snitch, get out, release, and walk around with impunity. These old school gangsters do not play that extreme foolishness. These old school gangsters are different from this modern day YouTube gangsters, wannabe gangsters. These old school gangsters live by the code of retribution. Retribution is a must. So Alpo Martinez must have been drinking that YouTube Kool-Aid if he thinks that he can go back to Harlem, the neighborhood where the folks he testified against still have associates, still have roots, walking around as if nothing happened, walking around as if he's Tekashi 69. It doesn't work that way. On October 31st, Judgment Day came for him, and he was shot and killed in Harlem. So you begin to wonder, why did he go back? And I used to watch this show called I Almost Got Away with It. I don't think they still have it, where they have a reenactment of folks who committed crimes and almost got away with it. The story is usually the same. They commit a crime, i.e. murder, robbery, assault, and whatever. And they manage to evade capture. Some of them will go to Mexico, go to another country for so many years. And after so many years, they will return back to their neighborhood. That's when they usually get caught. And you begin to wonder, why do these folks return to their neighborhood? Obviously, emotional ties to where you're from, all those things. You want to go back to see former childhood friends or family for whatever reason. Alpo Martinez thought that maybe he was missing Harlem. And Harlem has really changed. It's not the old Harlem anyways. I don't know why he went back. But they got him. And, unfortunately, when you testify, if you have the opportunity to be under the witness protection program, you better follow their guidelines. I guarantee you that one of their guidelines is do not go back, because they're going to give you a new name, a new identity, probably new social security card. They're going to give you a housing stipend and all that stuff, probably health insurance, to build a new life somewhere completely different. It's better to just get away. Don't come back to that same neighborhood. Don't drink that Tekashi 69 Kool-Aid. And again, if you live by the gun, you die by the gun. This guy has probably taken a lot of folks' lives. So, Judgment Day just came. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that he did not follow the guidelines of the witness protection program? Do you think it was a good idea to return to Harlem? Let me know your thoughts. Appreciate you guys for watching. Stay safe out there, my lovely family. And most importantly, say no to extreme foolishness.